guys, my name is Clarissa Moon, and I am here with the fabulous Ian Gibb, who is playing Quasimodo in Central Florida Community Arts production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Why don't you give a little summary of Hunchback?
Sure. Well, this is the story of Quasimodo, the famous bell ringer of Notre Dame Cathedral. He's lived his entire life in this bell tower because he was born deformed, but he longs to go out and be just a normal person like everyone else. So one day he gets up the courage and does it, and he ends up meeting a gypsy named Esmeralda. From there, events transpire, both good and bad for his life.
So you were in the original company at La Jolla and Paper Mill Playhouse.
I was. I played, okay, well, I like to say this because every Disney movie has an animal sidekick. But when you transfer something into a musical theater genre, usually you can't recreate an animal character, so they make them human. So I was the human version of the horse in the production. So they created a completely new character named Frédéric Charlot, and then I also understudied Quasimodo as well.
What is your favorite memory from those productions?
Oh man. Working with Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz, I think, was my ultimate Disney, Broadway, musical fantasy come to life. They are the music of my childhood, especially Alan Menken. I do think that Hunchback is Alan Menken's best score that he's ever written. It between the choral aspects of it and just the Disney aspects, it's just unbelievable. Also, just creating something from the ground up. We started in the workshop, and the concept of it was very story theater, where this group of people come together every year to tell this story, and we become all the different characters. So in one scene you can be a beggar, and then in this next scene you quickly change costumes and you're then a rich person, and you create sets with your body and all these different things. And so it was really fun to just kind of be in a sandbox and play together.
What is it like to make an original cast recording?
It's always been a dream of mine to be on a cast recording, and I'm so happy that we were able to do one for Hunchback. We recorded it about 4 months after the production closed at Paper Mill, so I did 3 days of recording in a row. It was just great to get back together with everybody and kind of revisit the show, and they expanded the orchestra for the recording. And so it just sounds wonderful. I don't know if you've heard it.
I have. It's fabulous.
Yeah, speaking of, this is the recording script that we used, and I got Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz to sign it. So Stephen wrote, "Hey Ian, thank you so much," and then Alan Menken said, "Dear Ian, what a pleasure." So.
Why did you decide to move to Orlando?
Your priorities change in life. I lived in New York for a while, and I did the whole theater thing, but I was looking to kind of settle down and spread out a little bit. So New York isn't a place to do that. So I was looking at opportunities outside of New York, and I was an annual pass holder at Disney for, I don't know, 5-6 years. And I'd always go watch the Voices of Liberty at Epcot at the American Adventure. And I always wanted to sing with them. They're an a cappella group that sings folk, patriotic, and Americana music. And they are just incredible. They are. And I always wanted to sing with them, and they had an open call up in New York City. So I went to it, and I'm here.
And now you do Voices of Liberty.
I sing with Voices of Liberty. So,
and you get to do awesome shows.
I do.
During the nighttime.
Yes, at CFCArts. It's such a wonderful production, and it's been licensed out now to regional theaters and summer stock theaters all across the country. And so it's wonderful just seeing new interpretations of the musical. And so I wanted to be a part of this production because I wanted to put my own stamp on it too. And we have an incredibly talented cast. It's been a joy to work with them every single day.
Finally,
yes.
What do you hope audiences take away from the show?
It will leave you feeling one of two ways. Really hopeful or really disturbed. And I think that's the point. Our director said in our first day of rehearsal, our main goal is to comfort the disturbed and to disturb the comforted. There's a saying, it's repeated a few times in the show, what makes a monster and what makes a man. From the beginning, you see Quasimodo transform into this, what you would consider a monster, but over the course of the show, he's not the monster, it's everybody else that treat him unfairly. At the end, you want to just take a step back and realize that we're all human and we're all outcasts in some way.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
This has been Clarissa Moon talking to the stars of The Hunchback of Notre Dame.